Thank you very much.
So, right. We've
Right,
just been
now,
given Gareth's deck list. He is playing...
we wouldn't mind if you still have it. I gave it back earlier.
Dark
We're just,
Burn.
yeah, it's a dark
Is
burn.
Gareth
I'll just get
Thomas.
that updated.
Thomas is playing Dark Burn. So essentially red, black, burn from the looks of things. So I'm going to stick with my original pick. I think the Patriot Control should take
Yeah, I just see him running out of steam. Although we haven't seen a lot out of Deathrite Shaman. Every single time it's come down, it's just gone straight off.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Three
so
Skullcrack in the main board.
We have Matt's deck list back just in case we need it.
So you've got three Skullcracks in main board. So that might
Again,
come in quite...
it's the Skullcracks in the main. It's very surprising. Interestingly enough, Gareth's sideboard has Ensnaring Bridge. Not a card I've seen so far. And that could mean that Matt is unable to get away with his colonnades.
That's true.
And that is, like, it's not saying it's his main source of damage, but, like...
It's definitely one that he kind of...
It's odd because I still think Matt is favoured.
Yeah.
I'm going to go in. I'm going to have to, after that last
We're agreeing
performance,
with
it's
this.
incredibly...
I wouldn't agree with him if I were you. That's...
No, well, obviously Gareth's deck must be good.
Oh, obviously.
Because otherwise he wouldn't be
he
wouldn't be sat in second place after 5 rounds. So maybe he's just dodged control all this time.
Maybe, you never know. It does sometimes come down to the look of drawing who you're against. I just think out of the two, I think Matt was playing solidly. I think he...
I believe they both mulliganed there.
His deck was sort of solid control-wise.
Okay.
So, should we try this again?
It took. I do apologise for that.
Gareth wins the roll.
He did. There was a slight delay because Gareth broke a sleeve while shuffling. They hadn't actually drawn the initial
Gareth
hands
is
yet.
on the play.
So they haven't mulliganed as of yet.
They are both at 7.
No, it's an interesting one. Hellspark Elemental. That could be quite good against this control deck. It's a very, very good card. And Gareth throws it back. He doesn't even think about it for a second. That must be like no lands or something. And Matt is...
revealing it, and he's throwing it away.
Presumably he's mulliganing. I think he's just sort of getting... He did this before he mulliganed. Yeah, indeed he is, because we would have called that into question if he hadn't, because obviously he's looked at the top card as well. But he did that before when he mulliganed, and
Time to break more sleeves.
Yeah, indeed. I wouldn't be entirely surprised if more sleeves are broken. All sleeves must be broken.
We live in a world without sleeves.
Yes. It would be. I'd be interested to see a burn deck make it.
I can see this deck doing well. I can see this deck
certainly make for a shorter round.
Oh yes.
Definitely.
Never complain about having quick decks in the.
Our call is Matt.
Our call, yeah. We have come to our decision that.
But that is not.
No, he looked at the top card. He already mulliganed, and then he showed his hand.
He already made the decision. He has his playtest buddies with him just behind his. There is basically because he's a fairly well-known pro.
Yeah.
Basically grinding his way through tournaments, as people now have to do to get those Planeswalker points. And he is not happy again. He is mulliganed. He's going down at 5. And
Gareth seems to have kept his, so he
doesn't look too happy with it though. But I don't
think he's certain about
he
it.
must be ecstatic that Matt is mulliganing.
Yeah.
Because that could.
Right, it does look a little suspicious with
It does look a
looking
bit
at it.
suspicious, which is why we're here to
But
explain
I
it
think
to you.
I think,
I
however,
mean,
he
he
did
did
already say
already
that
look
he's not.
as soon as he looked at the top card of his deck. There is a judge at the table
So
watching
any
it.
sort of behaviour like
So
that
any
is picked up on.
shenanigans like that would be immediately called upon.
Yeah.
He was in the feature match last round. We saw him do exactly the same thing. He's down to 5. What if he just looks and he is going to
So
keep.
he's got to keep at that sort of stage. Any sort
Yeah.
of semblance you've got to keep anyway.
And it's a
And we've
mountain
got a
and a
guide
goblin
in at turn
guide.
1.
That is it going to be? It's not
Not a
respect.
land.
It's think twice.
So already Gareth off the
Yep.
mark.
Matt seems like a nice. He seems like a nice guy.
He seems like a talker.
Joe, I think if he wins this round, we've got to get him in the
Yeah.
booth this time.
You can interview him next
We
if
did.
he
We
wins.
chose not to interview him last round. Basically, it's more the time issue than anything else.
Yeah, just to confirm, the judge.
Yeah, the judge
The
did
judge had
pick
already
up
said
on
that
that,
he had already
that mulligan
confirmed
thing.
that he had mulliganed before showing his hand to his friends. So no issues there in regards to.
Right, so that
something.
is
So we've got
Scalding Tarn.
Scalding Tarn went searching for another mountain. So the
And that
Goblin
is
Guide is going swinging again.
and with the Goblin
Yeah.
Guide, this time it triggers. I believe that was an island into hand. And that is a... Oh, that is a
It's
two rift bolts
2 rift bolts.
on suspend.
That will certainly go down well.
And we already know that Matt has no Spellskite main.
And he's got red. He's got no blue
And
to counter anything.
most of his counters are quite... I mean, we've got things like Mana Leak. I mean, he could have Mana Leak.
Not with red, he can't.
No, he has Celestial Colonnade.
Oh, he's got the Celestial
Yeah,
Colonnade.
it's difficult to say, but it's Celestial Colonnade. Yeah, I mean, we know it's it looks a bit
So the Snapcaster comes in.
The Snapcaster looks like he's going to block.
It's the chump block the guide. The Sphinx's Revelation was the revealed card from Goblin Guide.
Mm-hmm.
So it's whether Gareth chooses to.
He is going to shard volley the Snapcaster out of the way.
Yep.
And get in for another
So
2.
the guide hits
Remember,
for 2.
he does have 2 rift bolts waiting to come off suspend as well. This is a competitive. This is PTQ.
This is the.
This is. It is a fairly good competition so far as well.
Yeah, these guys
people have been very professional.
I mean, these guys are both 5-0. They're both sort of done really well.
Absolutely.
Um,
It's quite all right.
So he's thinking twice at the end of the turn.
This is a good amount of pressure from Gareth here.
Yeah, it's got a
Build
good
up his
solid
mana
amount of pressure.
base. You got to wonder though. I thought the bolts were supposed to come off suspend already. I wonder if he forgot. I believe it's actually possible to forget to remove the suspend. He's mana leaked one of them, so he will still take a rift bolt.
Yeah.
Will it leave him a little bit vulnerable during his turn? Is he going to have the Snapcaster again? Snapcaster on top. Would he be willing to trade it though? I mean, we already see that Gareth is willing to protect his Goblin Guide.
Yes. And yes, I agree. Adding the extra colours like black and white make red infinitely more viable these days.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he has access to... he has Deathrite Shaman
Bump in
available.
the Night, Deathrite.
I should clarify, he has no green mana for Deathrite. That's the only only part of it. Oh no, I've just been corrected. He has 1 Stomping Ground.
Yes. So Matt is now down to 6.
Why doesn't he want to draw Snap? Maybe it's not that useful. Maybe he sees the way the wind is turning. He is on 6. He's probably looking for something like a Spell Snare.
Yeah.
I would be interested in, because that answers Skullcrack. It answers Hellspark. I mean,
He's
we have
taking the two
no
from
idea whether Matt
Steam
actually
Vents.
knows the deck that he's playing against.
So 5 mana's coming down
It's
for a
Batter
Batter
Skull.
Skull. But he's still
My
only on
lord.
4 life. He's crossing fingers.
Oh,
Crossing fingers for no burn. 3 mana open.
we'll get some clarification on those rift bolts. It could be that they were like that turn just took an exceedingly long amount of time to resolve. I believe if you miss the trigger, they say suspended for another turn, and then you remove them. I'll get a clarification anyway.
So what's happening here?
Matt is shuffling furiously.
Matt is.
He appears to be causing an earthquake in the building as well.
Has Gareth got the burn to do this damage?
Well, he's not going to want to swing in.
No.
He's just it's not going to help him. I mean, he could have nothing. I believe, yeah, he's actually cracking both maces. Puts him to 17.
His life is fairly safe at this point.
He's probably going to get a blood crypt, and maybe this.
He's
Oh no, he's going to mountain.
And the other one is
There's another mountain.
He's got 3 mountains down now.
I mean, he could be bluffing something. Like you'd think.
Now,
Oh, it's sketchy.
This is an interesting play.
It's a lightning helix on top. It's rift to finish off the germ token, but it did allow Matt to gain life. I don't actually like that. I mean,
I can see why he did
I know
it.
I mean, Matt had nothing for his turn,
Yeah.
But yeah, flame javelin would have been amazing there. Gareth drops the 15 for blood crypt. He does have Deathrite Shaman. That is lightning helix straight away. No, missing those triggers did not make him lose the game because the game is still going.
Yeah. He's gonna replay.
Yeah.
Bounce the Batter Skull and replay
basically,
it.
I believe he missed the trigger on removing both suspend counters from both of them.
Gareth seems to have ran out of steam here. Oh yeah. No!
And the Batter Skull is back down again.
No. Matt's just drawn 2 cards.
Oh, this is not good. Yeah, it's debatable if the game is still going on.
Matt got quite lucky there.
He did. He did. It's a good job he didn't look at that second card.
I think he did, but I'm not sure.
We won't cast aspersions on him at this moment in time, but I think he's a little bit. I think he got a little bit frustrated there. God, he's on 15.
Yeah, he's quickly gained the life back. Like I said, Gareth, I think, ran out of steam.
I think if I was Gareth, I'd just be saying to myself, yeah, he has indeed. Gareth has wisely scooped for the first game.
So Matt
now, it really depends. If Matt gets a Leyline of Sanctity out for the start of this second game, he's got to bring that in.
Yeah, has to bring it in.
Why wouldn't you bring it in? Counterflux should come in. Timely, definitely. Celestial Purge, like perfectly reasonable card.
Yeah. Celestial Purge works.
It deals with the Shaman, deals with Vexing Devils and such. Spell Sky again.
The other side we've got potentially Torpor Orb. Not massively, I don't
Leyline,
think. Leyline of Punishment, maybe.
Ensnaring Bridge would be really good. I can see that because that could stop the Batter Skull. Bad police cheating, missed triggers.
Possibly.
I will say for anybody giving Matt a hard time about how he's playing, I would suggest if you play under the camera, he's played.
It's an entirely different thing.
It's the second round for him underneath the camera. He is gunning for a good finish.
Yeah.
So you could understand him being a little bit nervous. It should be noted Gareth did miss his triggers.
Yeah.
So
they both missed triggers.
Anybody's human. Everybody's human. And Matt didn't attempt to he went to draw, dragged a second card, and it was spotted and dealt with by the judge immediately. He did not draw
He probably got
additional
a warning and that
cards.
was it.
I can hear what I'm saying.
This is the internet. We're rough on people here. All right, I'll give you that.
What?
Happens a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
You always get a lot of scrutiny on the
Troller's
internet.
got a troll, really.
Troller's got a troll. Hater's got a hate.
I don't know.
Matt is not affected by the camera. I don't think anybody is not affected by the camera.
I think what they mean is he deals with it better.
Yes, I think he copes well.
If you stuck a random F&M player underneath the camera and went, right, you're playing,
they panic.
You're in the last round. You need to win and win and in.
One of the names presenters. I'm the bear, and Ollie is my co-host.
Hello. You'll be able to see our darling images on the break picture.
Yes.
We don't have it running, unfortunately, during the round. We're not professional presenters.
No. I think we've established
we've travelled
that today.
over from Metagames today, over from Middlesbrough. So it was a bit of a drive, but it wasn't too bad. Thank you very much to our table judge getting ahead of us there. Actually, my mother does call me that.
Does she full name you Oliver May?
Yeah, she just. I know when I'm in trouble because my full name comes out.
My parents still call me Ben.
Metagames have been streaming a few tournaments lately.
Yeah, we did the game day.
We did the game day just last weekend, and that went really well.
We had a game day. We had the Star City event, the very first British Star City event.
We did.
Covered that.
We did. Obviously,
various
Fanboy 3
F&Ms and game days.
We'd like to thank Fanboy 3 for hosting us today,
letting us
and we will be over at their store later.
Yes,
it was the Doncaster event that Metagames ran.
Yes. I was in that event.
Yeah, I think that event went very well. I was there. I basically went to trade.
I went 4-4 in the
Legacy
standard
isn't
event.
really my thing.
I went 4-4 in the standard event, and I went 3-4 in the Legacy event. Which, for seeing as my very first Legacy event, is not bad.
Well, absolutely.
I was fairly happy with my event there.
Yeah, but for the record, does your mother call you Bear?
No.
Right. Fair
my
enough.
family still call me Ben.
Right.
They've not caught on to the whole Bear thing.
Not that many people do call him like Ben.
Not many people do anymore.
We call him Bear.
People call me Bear.
If you see his picture, you'll probably understand where that's coming from. You'll probably understand where that's coming from.
So they've drawn the opening hands, and Gareth's gone off. Suspending.
Yeah, he's suspending a rift bolt.
There we go.
I don't necessarily think it's Matt being a sloppy player. He doesn't catch me as someone who's necessarily a sloppy player.
No.
It's just, I mean,
people make mistakes.
He does appear to be under, like, he puts himself under a bit of pressure. Probably it's Hellspark Elemental.
Hellspark Elemental.
And it gets lightning bolted
straight away.
Yeah, I think he is like. I mean, they're both at 5-0.
Yeah,
he wants to
get to the 6.
He wants to get to top 8.
He
wants to get to top 8. A 6-0, he could probably pretty much ride it in. Here comes Hellspark Elemental, and it gets lightning bolted again. Oh my lord! They're both on 5-0 at the moment. They're both. In fact, they are. Gareth Thomas is currently second, and Matthew is at third. They're both completely basically clean records.
Blood Crypt untapped, so he's playing something. Deathrite comes in.
Yeah, I have watched Brad Nelson play. Loose.
Loose is a good way to describe it.
Hard, fast and loose.
Hard, fast and loose.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good use of Lightning Bolt as a higgling salve.
Yes.
Yeah. Best higgling salve I've ever seen. Wow. That is odd.
Oh, he's
lava,
just piling through the
lava
bird in this
spikes,
game.
and he has plenty of
lava
ammunition
spikes.
for that death right shaman. This might be the first time we've seen a death right shaman activation today. We saw it getting.
It's not activated yet, has
we
it?
saw it getting in for damage earlier.
It's never actually activated its effect yet. Timely reinforcement.
That is a biggie.
We did say he was potentially going to be sideboarding that in.
And he has that would put him back to 19.
Back to
and
19,
give him
and
3
give him
tokens.
3 soldiers. It is 3 soldiers, isn't it?
I believe it
They're
is
not
soldiers.
even human
yes.
soldiers.
No,
which is
they're
quite
just
useful.
soldiers. We'll see what we can do about getting some tokens. I don't think it's going to matter too much. Gareth again is really under it, and we've got some slaves to represent them for the moment.
No one top 8s a Pro Tour without being lucky.
Agree and disagree at the same time.
Agree to an extent.
Yeah,
I
think every single person who top 8 has to get that hand, which is insane, and you win a matchup. You don't necessarily because you're always going to come up against a deck that is yours is horrible against.
Yeah, that's really. You can't be unlucky if
Matt
he
seems
makes
like the kind of player. Well, both of them seem like the kind of player who've taken the metagame into account. Oh, that is harsh.
Oh, it still doesn't get to activate.
No, it has already activated once, and it's going to activate again. It gets rid of the.
So we're going to take that out.
But the shaman is done with. Oh, that is.
At least he got a couple of goes before it went.
But now Matt
3.
has an offense.
But Gareth has still got options.
You can be a really good player and just get something absurd. And here comes Vexing Devil.
They do say it, doesn't they? So it's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's passed to exile the Vexing Devil.
Yeah, to be honest, you're just gonna have a. I mean, God, did anybody see on Twitter Brian Kibler's rant?
Oh God!
After the start of the second day, when they called him back early in the morning after like 3 hours sleep, and then he basically ranted. And to be honest, I don't blame him because that situation was absolutely stupid. And that's Rakdos Charm come out. Oh dear. Yeah, it looks very similar to the style of control that's very popular in standard and in modern at the moment.
So Gareth goes down to 11 now. Matt is in good control of this game at this point. In theory, Gareth should be at 11. He's very forceful with his hands. I think they've not updated the scores virtually. I think they've got the scores down on paper.
I absolutely agree that you can overcome a suboptimal draw, definitely.
Yeah. I think somebody put it well. Whilst you might not necessarily be lucky, you can't be unlucky.
Well, I had the final of a game day where I took a 2-land hand with all 3 drops and 4 drops, and I thought, all the way up my curve, I have to hit a land every draw step exactly when I need to, and I did. Drew out, absolutely. I thought, but I figured, worth the risk.
Revelation for 4 by Matt. So Matt goes up to 16.
Will we see a skull crack?
Apparently not. Gareth is on 8, but he has got his death right back in. He's got a death right back in. Matt is in good control for this at this point.
Particular props to people who mull down and still manage to pull it out.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt's definitely looks like the type of deck that can easily pull out a mulligan.
Yeah. It's the time that can take enough hits.
You burn through a few think twices, and you just draw out of it.
Yeah. So he's got 4 mana taps. He's going to be playing a Leyline of Sanctity.
Oh, good night.
Well,
I think Gareth has just realised
that is after the Rakdos has already been played.
Revelation into Leyline of Sanctity, probably with some sort of counterspell backup to stop any shenanigans.
Yeah. He's got counter mana open.
He can't even get in with the Shaman for damage. Now he's going to Shard Volley in response, put him to 11. Oh, that's not.
Yep, I'm
And
with you on this one,
I'm
Decker.
completely in agreement.
I'm thinking this is game. The Death
And
Right's gone.
the Death Right's gone. Not that it was much, but at least it was stopping the tokens from getting in.
Yeah, it's already dead, guys. The Shaman is already gone.
You can tell how often I play that card. I had asked the other day whether extort targets or not. It was pertinent. It doesn't, by the way, which I found out to my cost, sitting behind a Witchbane Orb going, oh, I'm completely
safe here.
I am so safe. Oh, my God. It didn't matter because I Fiend Hunted all of his creatures.
And Gareth
and Matt Light wins again 2-0.
Matt wins solid straight 2-0.
He's advances to 6-0.
Do you want to interview him?
I think it's your turn, isn't it?
Is it my turn?
It is indeed your turn. I did the last one, and I know I might want to go and do some trading maybe.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you got to do yours, so I get to do mine. So we'll try and get Matt in.
All right. We'll see if we can get Matt in.
Since he's crushed his way through 2 feature matches.